Hey guys, I think there's still some questions for sunshade repair on Tiguans and Audis, Q5 and stuff. I got another one here, so I just go over real quick how to remove it. I think there was a question last time that people didn't know how to remove the old shade, or I didn't go into detail. Let me do that. So yeah, first thing, you just remove this upper glass. It's simple. The 4 bolts. Basically, there's one here. You access it from the inside. You pull this a little down, this gasket, and there's one here. And then there's later on 2 here in the front, but you remove those 4 first. Then you go and move the glass all the way to the back and put it in service mode. How do you put it in service mode? It's when it's all the way into the back. Let me go around. I'm gonna just point this out real quick while the car is off. But basically, usually you open it like this, right? When it's all the way open, you take the knob and pull it and hold it, and it will open another few inches. That's all you gotta do. This then will expose, give you access to 2 bolts right here. You take them out, watch out, there's a washer underneath. You put this all to the side, and then you put the roof just in this tilt position. Take the glass out, put it in a safe spot, and continue as follows. The next step, I already removed the back cover here. You basically pull it out to the back, clip it down. Then there is a little guy here. You use one of those pry tools. Put this thing down. You need to pull those guys down on the left, on the right. There are 2 fasteners in there, right here. A little nasty to take out. After that, you can push the headliner down. I went through this. If you're super worried about a couple of crinkles in the corner of the headliner, you might want to remove the whole thing. Usually what happens is after a couple of weeks, those wrinkles will disappear. So I only take those 2 bar corner pieces out here and then push it down with a little cardboard and give me some room. I show that later. For now, you go up here and you lose those 2 bolts. Then you get maybe I got a tool right here. Perfect. Wrong size. Let me change that. So you remove them on both sides, there and here. And you take your little hook tool or something, grab here, and this thing will come loose and you can fold this up. And then this should be exposed. What you do now is you basically just, I don't know if I can do this one with one hand, but basically you pry up from this side. Let me just take it out. So I hope you can see, basically you just pry up from the back to the front, and then you basically have this loose. You got this little guy in here. That's the difficult part later on, actually, to get this spring piece back into the slot together with this. That's the only really hard part on this whole thing. But as more often you do this, as better it gets. It never is easy. It's always sort of frustrating. at least to me. Sometimes I have it in there in a few minutes, and sometimes it takes literally a whole hour. So anyway, that is how you loosen this up here. Now we move to the back and make ourselves room for that cassette to come out. So of course you do the same thing on this side. Loosen the screw, flip this thing out. Now you have this loose here. You can take those gray pieces out of here somehow. It's gonna make it easier. Right there. Well, the other one is already loose. Doesn't really matter if you can technically leave this in there and take it all together out, or you can remove the aluminum part now. It doesn't really matter. It makes it a little easier if you take those end pieces out, then you don't get hung up on them. I like to do at least that. Put them here and then let the thing sit. So now you move to the back, and I already made myself some room here. It's hard to see, but you basically have two bolts. One is gonna be here, and the other one on this side that holds the cassette. Loosen them up. So in between, a little update on why is this actually happening. Well, the problem is pretty simple. The glue separates from the spring. That's why this headliner sunshade thingy, like I should not call it headliner, it's a sunshade. That's why this sunshade rollo starts to sag. That's the adhesive to the metal fails, and I can imagine that you see this more often in southern states or in warm and actually hot areas, because European cars seem to have in general problems with the headliner glue in southern United States or in hot areas in general. So that's basically why this fabric starts hanging down. So after you take them out, subscribe. They are T25s, by the way. As you can see, they're gone on both sides. So now you can grab this. By the way, the newer models, they have like one of those plastic supports around here. I don't know for what they're good. They're good for nothing, literally, other than they being completely in your way when you try to remove this thing. You're probably better off to just remove it on one side. You see on this side I took it out. You can stick it back in later on if you want to, or leave it out. I don't see, this thing has literally no function other than give you a hard time, basically forcing you to remove the whole headliner. So yeah, you can just take that thing out. It's glued on a little bit. Here it is. Or it's usually very sticky still, so you can like just put it back in if you want to. I'm not. And now you just pull. And while you do that, you watch a little bit. You're getting tangled up here. But boom, there's your console. I don't know if I ever showed that, but I mean, it's like sort of obvious. Once you have everything loose, you just pull it to the back. Out now, it's the process that you can see in all my other videos, and I highly encourage you to watch them all. I hope this helps. If there's still any questions, just leave a comment and I try to help out. Enjoy your day, guys.